Craig Proctor. Lean in here today as we talk about how do we follow up with these leads? How do we convert these leads that we spend so much money to generate? The secret to success in real estate is follow-up and conversion. Most real estate agents do not have a great conversion system. That's why they have to generate so many leads. It's very, very inefficient. So today, we're going to talk to you about how to fix all of that. Okay, what do I do? What do I say to make sure that the leads that come to me we reach them, we follow up with them, and we convert the best ones to appointments. Now, it's very important that we're only meeting with prospects that we should be meeting with. You know, there's a lot of bad advice about, well, you should try to meet with everybody. Nope. The two most important things you want to know about any prospect is, are they motivated? That's thing number one. And number two, what is their timing? Are they motivated? And what is their timing? So I'm going to take you through a universal callback script that I use to make millions of dollars in my real estate career. And we're going to share it with you. We're going to give you some information so you can learn how to do this as well. So if you haven't already checked in, please take care of that. Type into the comments below. Let me know the city and state, or in Canada, the city and province that you operate in. Why? Because I wanted to send you out some great information. I've got this free report typed out, including like the script and the psychology behind this. So when I first started in real estate, of course, I had no idea how to qualify a prospect. And I would just meet with a prospect because they were willing to meet with me. How many of you have had that experience before? I remember sitting with an elderly couple, and I realized like 5 minutes into this meeting, they didn't want to sell their home. They were just lonely. You know, they come out with a tray of tea and cookies. We have to guard our time, okay? So the only one that can guard your time is you. And the way we decide who we're going to spend time with and who we're not going to spend time with is with the words that come out of your mouth. Now, I'm going to teach you today the psychology behind this. Okay, I used to think that the reason I'm following up and speaking to a prospect was to build rapport, right? That's what you've been told. You know, get them on the phone, build rapport, you know, get them to like you. There were times where I'd spend 20 minutes or 30 minutes on the phone with a prospect, and I might know the name of their kids, I might know what they did for a living, the name of their spouse, but I did not know the two most important things that you want to know about any buyer or seller prospect. What is their motivation and what is their timing? So over the years of failing at this and not doing a very good job of qualifying prospects and not being able to meet with buyers and sellers that I wanted to be able to meet with, like just because you want to meet with them doesn't mean they want to meet with you, even if you have established that their timing is now, even if you've established they're motivated, if you don't have a good offer, they're not going to meet with you. So we're going to ask a series of qualifying questions, okay, to determine their motivation and timing. And that's where our brain is going to decide, okay, is this a buyer or seller prospect that I want to meet with? Is this someone I want to meet with? Okay, well, just because I want to meet with them doesn't mean they're necessarily going to want to meet with me. What words need to come out of my mouth? What offer should I be making a buyer and or a seller to compel them to want to meet with me, right? You can't make them meet with you, but using the right language, you can compel them to want to meet with you and only with you. Now, the first question you might have is, okay, but how do I get the leads in the first place? What I teach, and it's not the topic for today, but I teach you how to offer online and offline, how to offer things that buyers and sellers really, really want that they can't find anywhere else. This is information they can't find by doing a Google search. They can't find this information by going to Zillow or Realtor or Redfin. Okay, they can't find the information that I'm offering online, and it's not information being offered by other real estate agents. So we do special training on, well, what are these offers? What are these secret offers, these things of value that buyers and sellers want? When you start to offer these things of value that buyers and sellers really want that they can't get anywhere except for you, guess what happens? They will call you to get it. Today's training is about, well, what do I say on that call? Now, this is called the Craig Proctor Universal Callback Script. So what I'm teaching you here today, you can actually use in any conversation with a prospect. You can use what I'm going to teach you here today on a sign call, an ad call, a buyer or seller that you meet at an open house. That's why we call it a universal callback script. How did the script get developed? Well, for over the last 30 years of selling real estate, every day I would experiment with the words that came out of my mouth. I'm sure you folks do the same thing, right? And what you notice, if you're paying attention, is that some of the words that come out of your mouth are well received. And I would say to myself, well, that kind of worked. When I said that, they like that. Some of the words that came out of my mouth were not well received. And that told my brain, like, don't say that again. They don't like that. That didn't work. So it was a matter of, for years and years and years, making thousands and thousands of calls to real buyers and sellers, putting the right things in the right order to tighten this script up. Now, this is the importance of having a script that's tight, okay? Because real estate is a numbers game, right? Like, remember earlier I said in the beginning I'd spend 20 minutes or a half an hour on the phone with each prospect because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, right? If I'm spending 20 minutes on the phone with each prospect, think about that. That means I can only speak to 3 prospects in an hour. I'm not going to get rich selling real estate if I can only speak to 3 prospects in an hour. So, and especially today when they don't even answer the phone, you want to make sure that when you get someone on the phone that you don't mess this up. So for efficiency, I got this down to a 3 or 4 minute script. That's right. So if you use the Craig Proctor Universal Callback Script, in 3 or 4 minutes, asking these questions, you're going to determine the 2 most important things that you want to know about any prospect. What is their motivation and what is their timing? Those are the 2 most important things I want to know. So since they're calling you, how many of you would agree it's a little easier if you could get them to call you, right? That way you're not making gazillions of calls to Zillow leads to get 2 or 3 out of 100 to answer the phone. So marketing secret number 1 is using Craig Proctor marketing, lead generation marketing, to offer things truly of value to buyers and sellers. Let me give you a hint. Your offer to buyers can no longer be, oh, I'll email you the houses on MLS. Nope, that's called the internet. They all know that. They know they don't need a real estate agent to find the homes in MLS because they can go to Zillow, they can go to Redfin, they can go to Realtor, they can go to 18 websites, and they can get that information. And some of the websites, by the way, provide better information than what they would get from you, the realtor. So your big offer to buyers can't be about, oh, I'm going to get you access to the houses on the internet, right? I know that's what we've been trained to do, but the buyers are onto that. Your offer to buyers can't be, well, I'm a really great negotiator. The buyers today say, well, now that I can go to Zillow and find out who's got the home listed, I don't need you. I'll go around you directly to the listing agent. And I think they're saying, I'm not saying it's right, but they're saying, I think I could probably save more money by going around you and going directly to the listing agent because only one agent's involved. Now, you and I know that we do a great job and we're worth the money they pay us, but I'm just saying that's what the buyers think. So your offer can't be what they taught you. This is why you may not be doing as well in real estate as you would hope for. So what would be a good offer? What if you could offer homes that haven't hit the MLS yet? These are not pocket listings, but what if we could offer unlisted, off-market? How about bank foreclosure homes or pre-foreclosure homes, right? How about any type of distress sale or fixer-upper or company-owned homes, company transfers? I can show you how to get access to these. Now, I know you perhaps don't know how to get access to these properties, but can you give me this? Would you agree if you knew how to get access to those types of highly desirable properties, and you were able to say to a buyer, I can get you free access to this without any obligation, you don't have to buy a home, would that interest you? How many of you would agree 100% of the buyers would say, yeah, I want that? That's a good offer, okay? So now, how do we qualify them? I made them an offer they say yes to, but I'm not sure I want to meet with this buyer or seller because I got to ask them a few questions to make sure, here's the mindset, I want to make sure that the prospect's worthy of me. not the other way around, right? When we first get into real estate, it's like, oh, they're going to list with me. Am I going to get it? Am I going to get it? We're questioning whether we are worthy of the prospect. I want to flip this around. I want to show you how to operate in a world of plenty, operate in a world of abundance where you've got so much business coming at you. You get to decide who you're going to spend time with. You get to decide who you're going to work with and who you're not going to work with. This is vitally important, right? We all would agree some of the buyers are way better than other buyers. Well, what makes them better buyers? They're friendly. They don't fight you. They don't lie to you. They're a joy to work with. They're qualified. They're motivated to buy now. What makes a bad buyer? Somebody that won't get qualified or they don't qualify for financing. Okay, they're nice, but they can't buy a house, right? Or they're not nice. They're rude. They lie to you. They fight you at every corner. You don't have time to work with those kind of prospects anymore because you're using the Craig Proctor system. We're going to show you how to attract better clients. You ever thought about this? You ever thought, maybe it's not me. Maybe I'm not the problem. Maybe I just need better prospects to work with. How many of you have ever had that thought? I'm going to tell you the truth here. Within 3 years of having my real estate license, I go from as dumb as a pile of rocks, right? Never sold anything in my life, right? Had no marketing training, nothing. I get into real estate and I struggle. Why did I struggle? Because I look around and I do all the dumb stuff they tell us to do. Who was I to question, right? Go knock on doors, go sit in open houses. When the buyers call, you say this, you do this. I almost left real estate that first year because I was failing miserably. Then I started to study marketing. And a miracle happened. Within 36 months, this is well documented, within 36 months of me getting my real estate license, I was named the #1 RE/MAX agent, not in the country, in the world. I only had my real estate license for 3 years. There's your proof. How many RE/MAX agents were a lot more experienced than Craig Proctor? They'd worked in real estate for 10 or 20 or 30 years. And here I come along and I've got some pretty good marketing. I really don't know anything about real estate and I'm selling more houses than anyone else in the country. So it wasn't me. I'm the same me that was failing in the first year. I believe you folks that are watching me here today, you're good realtors, right? How many of you would agree? Let me know in chat. You're a good realtor. You care about your clients. You know all the rules. You're ethical. You've got no problem when you get a really good buyer or seller prospect in front of you. But that's the issue, is we got to get more buyer and seller opportunities. And we got to get good buyers and sellers in front of you. And then you've got to have the right language. We need to qualify them. Okay, what do we want to know, Craig? How about this? What's your timing? If the perfect home came on the market, are you in a position to act right now? What if they said, well, no, even if the perfect home came on the market, we're still 2 years out? Honestly, I got enough clients coming at me. I don't have time to follow up with somebody for 2 years. Nice client, they want to buy, but the timing's off. So I'm not going to go out there and offer to run around and show them properties, right? How about this? Do you have a realtor to help you when the time is right? Yeah, my brother-in-law is a realtor. Okay, I don't even leave it at that. I'm like, well, there's a tremendous difference between real estate agents, what they do, and how much they charge to get the job done. Would you be open to speaking to other realtors as well? I don't care if it's their father or their brother-in-law. I'm going to ask that question. Some of them, I can open a little gap and I can get in there. But if they're 100% committed to a real estate agent, good to know that, right, in the first 30 seconds, because I can politely help them hang up the phone and get on the phone with the next prospect. So many realtors waste so much time talking to prospects that these are people that are never going to do business with you. Okay, how about this? Do you own a house you're currently renting? Why do I want to know that? Well, if they own a house, well, first of all, if they don't own a house, I know they have nothing to sell, and I know that I need to articulate my buyer offer. They're obviously a buyer. They got nothing to sell. Now, if they say, I own, remember the question is, do you rent or own? Well, I own. Your next question should be, well, if you own a house, would you prefer to buy your next home before selling your existing home? Or would you rather have your home up for sale and get your home sold and then look around, right? In other words, you want to buy first or sell first. They will tell you what they prefer. Well, here's a clue. Ask them how they want to be sold. I didn't know that, like an idiot. When I first got into real estate, if they owned a home, I immediately thought, okay, I'm going to go for the listing. How many of you have talked to sellers, they own a house, but there is no way they're going to list their home until they find something. They're buy first clients. So how do I know how to sell the prospect? I ask them, you rent or you own? Oh, we own? Would you prefer to buy first or sell first? We prefer to buy first. I'm not going to go for, well, would you like a CMA? Would you like to know what your house is worth? Because that's not where their head's at. They're telling you, I want to buy first. So if you make this sell first offer to a prospect that wants to buy first, it might be a good offer you made. The problem is it's the wrong offer for that person right now. So by asking the right questions, your prospects will tell you how to sell them. If you guys are liking this, smash the like button. Smash the little like button, maybe give me a little heart, okay? And let me know in the comments below, do you agree with this? Do you agree that you should have a really good system to be able to get on and off the phone efficiently in 3 or 4 minutes? I mean, this is even in situations where I end up booking a listing appointment or a buyer appointment, it can be done in 3 or 4 minutes. I know this because I sold over 10,000 homes using this script. Now, when they're calling you, it's kind of nice, right? You're positioned as a welcome guest, right? Yeah, Craig, the reason we're calling is, and they're going to tell you why they're calling, and you're going to start to qualify them. You're not going to just immediately agree to meet with them just because you can. How many prospects have you wasted time with by not qualifying them? And you get out to the appointment, you're showing houses, and then you realize, oh, they're not that motivated. Their timing's 2 years out, or no matter what, they're going to use their brother-in-law, the realtor. And you're so furious at the person that made booked the appointment for you with that buyer. And then you realize, oh, yeah, that was me. Okay, so this is, in the trenches, what I learned. I'm saving you all kinds of time here. It's called the Craig Proctor Universal Callback Script. How many of you would like to get this? How many of you would like to get all the information that I'm talking about here today? I've got a free report, okay, that I will offer you. Here's what we'll do. Drop your email address into the comments below, and I'll send you out the script, and I'll send you out the psychology behind it, okay? And we can talk about, well, what are these qualifying questions? Because there's an order to the questions as well. I literally said the same thing for 25 years and sold 10,000 homes. I was making, for those of you that follow me, you know I was the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world for years and years and years, 400 or 500 homes every single year. I had a team of 8 agents, but I was making most of the phone calls myself. I was like the quarterback. People would call in because of the Craig Proctor marketing, right? I'm not cold calling, I'm not door knocking, I'm not sitting in open houses or doing floor time. I'm running inexpensive ads that offer buyers and sellers what they want, and they're coming at me. I'm not giving these leads to anybody else. They'll mess them up, right? So I take these leads, and in 3 or 4 minutes, I've discovered they're motivated and their timing's now, or maybe they're not motivated, or maybe they're motivated and their timing's 2 or 3 years from now. No matter. I'm not interested in spending time with people that aren't motivated or people that are 2 or 3 years in the future. Now that I know they're motivated, now I know their timing is now or in the next couple weeks or in the next couple months, then we go into the other qualifying questions. Okay? Do you have a realtor to help you when the time is right? If the perfect home came along, are you in a position to act? Okay? If you were to move, when do you think that might be? Okay, that's kind of a softball. I'm not saying you're going to move. I'm not saying you're going to. However, if you were to move, when do you think that might be? Do you own a home or are you currently renting? Oh, you own a home. Are you the type of person that would rather buy your next home before putting a for sale sign on your property? Or are you the kind of person that would rather get your existing home sold before you look around and get excited about another house? Now they're telling me I'm either a buy first or a sell first. Okay, I'm a buy first. Let's say, well, I'm the type of person, I don't want to sell my house and then I don't find another home and I risk being homeless. So I would rather find another home before I list my house. Great. This prospect just told me how to sell them. Now, here is what we're not going to say. We're not going to make a wimpy, weak offer. We're not going to say, would you like me to email you the houses on the internet? Because they will literally say, no, thank you, I'm good. You know this, right? Well, maybe they don't say it like that. They're like, yeah, we'll let you know. Hey, someone's knocking at the door right now, right? They get rid of you politely. Like when you're in a seller's house and they say to you, oh, this was really good tonight, Craig. I'll tell you what, my wife and I are going to think about it and we'll call you back tomorrow. That's their polite way of saying, no, thank you, right? So we have to make offers that make sense to buyers and sellers, not maybe necessarily what you've been taught. You're not watching this to get the same results that you're getting, right? You didn't come on here and, I just want to keep doing the same thing. No, you're watching Craig Proctor because you want to learn how to get better results. Well, if you want to get better results, it means you can't keep doing what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now is getting you those results. We need to be open to change. Okay, so if they say, well, I'd rather buy first. We're not going to say, would you like me to get you access to the houses you can find on your own on the internet? We're not doing that, right? We're going to say, do you know that some of the best homes don't even make it to the open market? They're not even publicly available. You'll see the buyer lean in. What do you mean? Well, we can get you access to homeowners that want to sell, but they have not yet publicly listed their home for sale. We can get you access to bank foreclosures and pre-foreclosures and other distress sales. We can get you access to fixer-uppers, vacant homes, and company-owned properties. It's a free service, and you're never obligated to buy a home. Would that interest you? Please, in comments, tell me what you think they would say. Please, somebody type into comments, yes, yes. They would say yes. They would say, yes, I want that, right? Now, what if they say, actually, Craig, I'd rather sell first. Okay, here's the lame offer that most agents would say. Oh, you want to sell first. Would you like a free CMA? They're like, well, what the hell is a CMA? They don't know. What's this? I mean a comparative market analysis. Well, what is that? It means like, would you like to know what your home's worth? Why don't we just say that? How about this? How many of you, when you go meet with the seller, you would walk around the house and you would give the seller inexpensive advice or tips on things they could do to sell their home for more money? Let me know in comments if you do that. Right? You meet with a seller, you get over to their house. First thing you do is you plunk your briefcase down at the kitchen table or dining room table, and you take a walk through the house. And if they're serious about selling, you would say to them, hey, I'm a good realtor, I'm experienced. How many of you feel you're a good, experienced realtor and that you actually provide the seller good advice that would help them sell their home for, I don't know, $5,000 or $10,000 more? What advice would you give them? Hey, you got some kind of crazy purple paint. You might want to neutralize that and paint that room. You might want to clean the carpets or replace the carpets. Kind of smells like cat pee over here. You might want to cut the grass, do a little bit of landscaping. You might want to move the furniture around. We all do this. This is something you do after you get to their house. Watch this. Genius, right? We're going to pull that forward. You're already doing it anyway. We're going to make this part of your buyer offer, right? This is how instead of it's something you do when you get to the house, we're going to use this service as something we say to get the appointment in the first place. Let me give you another thing that you already do. This is crazy, right? Here's another thing you do. After you look around the house, you give them all the free advice of what they can do to sell their home for 10 grand more. You next go through a net sheet. Oh, what's your mortgage? Okay, what's your penalty? What are all the liens against your house? Here's the commission. And here, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is the most important number, you say. This is actually what you would net in your pocket. Again, this is something you do when you're at the house after you have the appointment. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull these two things forward, and we're going to talk about what you're going to do to get the appointment. This is stuff you do anyway. So here's what the offer sounds like. First of all, let's do the old-fashioned offer. Oh, you want to sell first? Would you like a free CMA? Would you like to know what your house is worth? You know what they say to you? Yeah, man, I go to Zillow. And if I don't like the price on Zillow, I go over to Redfin. If I don't like their price, I go over to Realtor. What price Please, someone type into comments, the seller goes to 5 different websites. Which price does the seller think their house is worth? Someone please tell me, which house do you think, what price does the seller believe their home is worth? That's right. The website that tells them the highest price. That was your old offer. They don't think they need you to find out what their home would sell for. They believe, and I'm not saying it's true, we're just talking about perception versus reality. Well, guess what? Their perception is real. That's what they believe, right? They don't believe. When you say, would you like a free CMA or free market analysis, or do you want to know what your house is worth? Many of them think, well, I don't need a real estate agent for that because I got Zillow. I can go online and figure it out. Here's your new offer. Instead of saying, do you want to know what your home would sell for, what your home is worth, watch what we're going to do. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, would you like to know exactly what you would net in your pocket after all the associated expenses when selling your home? What you net in your pocket is the most important number, more important than what it would sell for. It's what you're actually going to get in your pocket after all the associated expenses. Well, guess what? The seller's like, well, I don't even know what all the associated expenses are. And yes, I agree. What I want to know, the most important number for me, is what I'm going to net in my pocket after all the dust settles. Well, not only can I help you determine exactly what you're going to net in your pocket after all the associated expenses, by looking at your home and walking through it, I am going to give you my advice on inexpensive things that you can do to sell your home potentially for $5,000 to $10,000 more. Meeting with me is absolutely free of charge and never obligated to do anything. Would that interest you? Boom. This is how I did it, folks. How many of you are interested in knowing more about Craig Proctor? Have you had this type of in the trenches advice before from somebody that's actually made millions of dollars selling real estate? I'll tell you what, if you can find another active coach that sold more houses than me, 10,000 houses, you should follow that person. Because I'll tell you, there is no coach, there is no trainer, there's no guru out there that sold over 10,000 homes, #1 in the world for RE/MAX year after year after year. And I've created more millionaire agents than any other coach and trainer. So what's the next step for you? The next step is smash the like button. Give me a like, maybe a little heart. Let me know in the comments if you haven't checked in what marketplace you're in. Let's get some referrals going back and forth between real estate agents that get it. Things are changing here very quickly. The rules of the game are changing. There will be no buyer commission offered to the buyer agent on MLS. Do you know how to negotiate your fee? I do. Do you know how to negotiate your fee directly with the buyer? What are you going to say? What are the words that are going to come out of your mouth when you have to sit down with the buyer on August 17th? There's nothing being given away to you on MLS. You've got to convince the buyer now to pony up and pay you directly. Do you know how to do that? I want you to book a call with me. If someone could type into comments, proctorcall.com. So my name, last name, no space, proctorcall.com. That's a clickable link. I want you to click on that link, proctorcall.com, and book yourself a 30-minute time slot with me so we can have a conversation about your business. Now, if you're not serious about your business, please don't do this, okay? Because the call is free. And, oh, it's a big sales pitch. Nope, it's not. Did I sell you anything here today? No. Was this really, really good information? Probably better information. I just gave away. You paid your franchise, whatever. Who's giving you information like this? Okay? Who's actually made millions of dollars selling real estate? So you book a call with me. What's the call about? Oh, Craig's going to sell me. Nope, I'm good. I don't need your money. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you questions about your business. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. You know, how can someone help me if they don't know anything about me? Exactly. That's why we're going to have a conversation. You're going to tell me about your business. You're going to tell me what your production is. You have a team. You don't have a team. I'm going to ask you, what's your approach? Okay, you sell 25 homes a year. Great. How do you sell the 25? And you're going to tell me. I'll say, what's your goal? Oh, my goal is 50. Or if you're at 50, my goal is 100. Great. Well, here's a common sense question. You're doing 25. You say your goal is 50. So tell me, why are you already not doing 50? And you'll proceed to tell me your limitations. Well, gee, Craig, you know, my marketplace is different and this and that. Let's have a conversation and I'll share with you what I would do if I was you. Now, why would I do this? Why would we do the free training here today? It's good training, right? Why would I give you the free report? By the way, if you want this, type in your email address. I think we got like 24 pages of the script, the questions, the psychology. It's all right here. I've got it printed out. And someone on my team will email this out to you if you drop in your email address. The reason we're doing this here is, would you agree if I helped you and this actually worked, we would build up a trust relationship. There's a much better chance that if I actually help you and prove to you that the Craig Proctor system will make you money, that you'll eventually be a client one day. A lot of coaches don't do that. Oh, I'm not going to share you. Well, part of the problem is they don't know what to share, or what they share doesn't work because half these guys have never had a real estate license. Unbelievable today that you can say you're a coach by renting a fancy sports car and renting a fancy house for a day and getting on social media and saying you're an expert, and people fall for this stuff. Wouldn't you want to know what's the track record? Why should I listen to this person? What have they actually done in the field of selling real estate that makes them an authority? You're in the right place right now. So book your call with me, proctorcall.com, and order the free report by typing in your email address, and we'll get this out to you. Also, I've got this really cool private Facebook group with about 8,000 superstar members. How many of you would like to get an invitation to be part of my private Facebook group? No cost, no strings attached. Why would I like you to be part of the group? Because everybody's a little skeptical. It's like, is this real? Does this really work? I'd like you to meet thousands of real estate agents that use the Craig Proctor system. You can rub shoulders with them, compare ideas and notes. This is going to serve you. It's also going to serve me because you're going to get great social proof on how effective the Craig Proctor system is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know. Did you enjoy it? You have any questions? Did you like this? Make sure you smash the like button, that you follow this page. So whenever I go live on social media, you're going to get notifications. And I want to thank you so much for being with me here today. Truly hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you again next time. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.